Chosen one, something big is about to hit your bank account. You didn't click on this message by accident. Out of millions of people scrolling right now, searching for answers, searching for hope, searching for a sign that their struggle is finally about to end, somehow you landed here. That alone means something. Because this message is not for everybody. It's for the person who has been carrying silent battles, fighting private wars, smiling in front of people while feeling exhausted inside. It's for the one who kept going even when life gave them every reason to quit. And if that person is you, then listen carefully, because something massive is shifting in your favor, and your bank account is about to reflect a blessing you never saw coming. For a long time, it felt like money avoided you. Every time you tried to move forward, another bill appeared, another setback, another delay. You watched other people win while you kept wondering when your turn would come. There were nights when you stared at the ceiling asking yourself how much longer you could survive like this. You worked hard, you stayed loyal, you stayed patient, but deep down, part of you started believing maybe abundance just wasn't meant for you. Maybe wealth belonged to other people. Maybe success had skipped your address. But what if I told you those delays were never punishment? What if they were preparation? Because the kind of blessing heading toward you is not small. It's life-changing. It's the kind of financial breakthrough that makes you look back at your painful seasons and finally understand why nothing worked before. There is a reason your spirit has been restless lately. A reason you've been feeling emotional for no clear explanation. A reason your intuition keeps whispering that change is near. Energy shifts before reality changes. The universe always sends signals before the manifestation arrives, and your soul already feels it. Doors that stayed closed for years are suddenly about to open. Opportunities that ignored you are about to chase you. Money that seemed impossible to attract is preparing to enter your life from unexpected directions. This is not random luck. This is alignment. This is the moment everything starts turning around. You've suffered enough. You've doubted yourself enough. You've survived situations that should have broken you. And still, somehow, you kept moving. That resilience did not go unnoticed. Every sacrifice you made, every tear you cried in silence, every moment you kept believing while nothing made sense, it built the foundation for what's coming now. People only see success when it arrives. They don't see the years of pain that created it. But your breakthrough carries the weight of every battle you fought alone. That's why it's going to hit differently. Right now, there are blessings moving toward you that you cannot yet see. A phone call that changes everything. A business opportunity, an unexpected payment, a connection that opens a new door, a financial increase that completely shifts your lifestyle. And the crazy part is, when it happens, people around you will think it came overnight. They won't understand the sleepless nights behind it. They won't understand the mental pressure you survived. They won't understand how many times you almost gave up. But you will know. Deep inside, you'll know this blessing was earned through endurance. You are entering a season where your wallet finally matches your worth. Read that again. Your wallet is finally about to match your worth. For too long, you settled for less because circumstances convinced you to shrink yourself. You accepted bare minimum treatment. You questioned your value. You played small to make others comfortable. But the version of you that is emerging now is different. This version understands that abundance is not selfish. Wealth is not evil. Success is not something to feel guilty about. You were never meant to struggle forever. You were meant to rise, expand, build, and experience freedom. And let's talk about freedom for a moment. Real freedom is waking up without panic. Real freedom is not checking your bank account before buying food. Real freedom is helping your family without stressing yourself. Real freedom is sleeping peacefully because your bills are covered. That energy is getting closer to you. The stress you carried around money is beginning to dissolve because the universe is preparing to replace survival mode with overflow. Somebody listening to this has been praying for a miracle, not a luxury, not fame, just relief, just one opportunity, just one breakthrough, just one moment where life finally feels lighter. And I need you to understand something powerful. Your prayer has already been heard. The delay made you think you were forgotten, but you were never forgotten. Timing matters. Certain blessings arrive only after your mindset becomes strong enough to hold them. If you had received this financial elevation years ago, it might have destroyed you. But now you understand discipline. Now you understand gratitude. Now you understand the value of peace. You are finally ready. The people who doubted you are about to witness a transformation they cannot explain. Some laughed at your dreams. Some underestimated your potential because your current situation looked weak. They judged your future based on your temporary struggle, but struggle never had the authority to define you. Your current condition was never your final destination, and soon the same people who ignored you will wonder how your entire life changed so quickly. There's a powerful energy surrounding you right now. You may feel it as pressure, confusion, or emotional exhaustion, but often before elevation comes discomfort, before breakthrough comes shaking. The old version of your life has to collapse so the new version can emerge. Certain people are leaving your life because they cannot go where you're going. Certain habits are breaking because they no longer match your future. You're evolving into someone who attracts wealth naturally, confidently and consistently. And let me tell you something important. When this money comes, don't apologize for it. Don't shrink your blessings to make insecure people comfortable. You spent too many years feeling powerless, too many years watching opportunities pass you by. When abundance enters your life, receive it with confidence. Walk like someone who knows they deserve more. Speak like someone who knows their value. Carry yourself like someone chosen for greatness, because that's exactly what you are. Chosen. Not chosen because you're perfect. Not chosen because life was easy for you. Chosen because despite everything, you refused to let darkness consume you completely. Even when your faith became weak, you still searched for hope. Even when your heart was tired, you still kept going. That strength is rare. Most people quit mentally long before success arrives. But you survived your waiting season. And survival always creates a different kind of power. Your next chapter is not about barely making it. It's about overflow. It's about opportunities finding you instead of you begging for them. It's about receiving money in ways that surprise you. It's about becoming the person your younger self desperately needed to see. Think about that version of you who once cried over things you can now handle easily. Look how far you've already come. And if you survived all of that with almost nothing, imagine who you become once abundance fully enters your life. This financial breakthrough is going to restore more than your bank account. It's going to restore your confidence, your peace, your excitement for the future. Lately, life may have felt repetitive, draining, emotionally heavy. You've been existing instead of truly living. But something is shifting. You are stepping into an energy where possibilities feel real again. Hope feels real again. Motivation returns. And with that renewed energy comes momentum. Momentum changes everything. One opportunity leads to another. One connection leads to another. One blessing opens 10 more doors. People think success is one giant miracle, but often it starts with one aligned moment. One yes, one decision, one meeting, one risk, one unexpected call. And your aligned moment is approaching faster than you realize. You need to stop speaking defeat over your life. Stop saying nothing ever works for you. Stop expecting disaster every time something good begins. Your words carry energy. Your mindset shapes your reality. If you continue preparing for failure, You block yourself from fully receiving abundance. Start training your mind to expect expansion, expect miracles, expect financial growth, expect unexpected blessings, not from arrogance but from alignment. The universe responds differently when you finally believe you are worthy of more. And yes, there will still be challenges. Success does not erase every problem, but there is a huge difference between struggling with resources and struggling without them. Money may not solve everything, but it removes pressures that steal peace from millions of people every day. And peace is priceless. I believe someone hearing this is about to experience the biggest financial surprise of their life. Bigger than they imagined, bigger than they prayed for. Because when blessings arrive after long seasons of struggle, they often arrive multiplied. All the delayed opportunities, hidden lessons, painful growth, and silent preparation begin paying off at once. You're not crazy for feeling different lately. You're not imagining the shift. Your energy is changing because your environment is about to change. Your habits are changing because your identity is evolving. Wealth starts internally before it appears externally. The moment you stop seeing yourself as broken, unlucky, or limited, everything begins transforming around you. Listen carefully. Your future requires a different version of you, a version that no longer chases validation, a version that no longer settles for survival, a version that walks into rooms expecting opportunities instead of rejection. You are becoming that person now. There was a time when even small expenses stressed you out, a time when one unexpected bill could ruin your entire week, a time when you smiled publicly but privately worried about how you would survive another month. But those days are slowly losing power over your story. The cycle is breaking. Scarcity is releasing its grip from your life. Generational struggles can end with one person deciding they deserve more. That person might be you. Imagine checking your account and feeling relief instead of anxiety. Imagine paying for things without fear. Imagine helping people you love without secretly drowning yourself financially. Imagine finally experiencing life instead of constantly recovering from stress. That reality is not as far away as you think. Your biggest mistake would be giving up right before your breakthrough arrives. And that happens more often than people realize. Many people quit in the final chapter because the pressure becomes intense right before the shift. But pressure is not always a sign to stop. Sometimes pressure means transformation is near. Diamonds are created under pressure. Strength is revealed under pressure. New identities are born under pressure. You are stronger than the version of you that entered this difficult season. Wiser too, more focused, more aware, more spiritually connected. Pain forced you to grow in ways comfort never could, and now life is preparing to reward that growth. The money coming toward you carries more than financial value. It carries freedom, healing, confidence, and new possibilities. It carries proof that your story did not end in struggle. It carries evidence that persistence matters. It carries the energy of restoration. You are not behind in life. You are not too late. You are not disqualified because of your past mistakes. Some of the most successful people in the world were once broke, lost, rejected, and doubted. What separates them from everyone else is they kept moving after disappointment. They refused to let temporary failure become permanent identity. That same power exists inside you. The version of you reading this today will not be the same version of you a year from now. Financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, everything is changing. You are entering a season where discipline meets opportunity, where preparation meets alignment, where faith meets manifestation. And when it finally happens, remember this moment. Remember the season where you almost lost hope. Remember the nights you felt invisible. Remember the days you questioned your future. Because one day you will look back and realize those painful moments were not destroying you. They were introducing you to your strength. You were never ordinary. Ordinary people quit when things get difficult. Ordinary people let fear control their decisions. Ordinary people stop believing after disappointment. But there is something different about you. Every setback somehow made you more determined. Every rejection somehow made you stronger. Every painful lesson somehow pushed you closer to your real purpose. That's why your breakthrough will inspire other people. They will see your transformation and realize survival is possible for them too. Your story becomes proof that hard seasons do not last forever. There is an old version of you dying right now, the fearful version, the doubtful version, the version addicted to scarcity and survival mode. And in its place, a new version is rising, a version that understands abundance, a version that no longer fears success, a version ready to receive. Protect your energy carefully during this season. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams. Some people only understand you when you're struggling. The moment you begin elevating, their energy changes. Stay focused, stay grounded, stay connected to your vision. Your future self is already thanking you for not giving up. Can you feel it? That quiet inner knowing that something is about to happen. That unexplainable feeling that your life is standing at the edge of transformation. Trust that feeling. Your intuition recognizes shifts before your physical reality catches up. Money is energy, and your energy is no longer matching lack. It's beginning to match abundance, expansion, confidence, and opportunity. That's why things around you are changing. That's why certain situations feel uncomfortable now. You are outgrowing environments built around limitation. A massive financial shift can begin with one moment, one idea, one connection, one brave decision. Don't underestimate small beginnings. The biggest empires often started with uncertainty and faith. You are closer than you think. Closer to peace, closer to stability, closer to overflow, closer to becoming the person you always imagined in your quietest moments. And when your bank account finally changes, don't just spend differently. Think differently, move differently, value yourself differently. Because true abundance is not just about money, it's about identity. It's about no longer living from fear. The chosen ones always go through isolation before elevation. They experience delay before acceleration. They experience testing before reward. And if your life has felt unusually difficult lately, maybe it's because your destiny carries unusual weight. You were not born to stay stuck. You were not born to spend your entire life struggling to survive. You were not born to constantly doubt your value. You were born to rise. And now, after every delay, every heartbreak, every sleepless night, every moment of uncertainty, your season is finally changing. Something big is about to hit your bank account, not by accident, not by luck, but because your time has come. That delivers a deeply emotional and motivational message designed for people who are struggling financially, mentally, and emotionally, making them feel seen, understood, and personally connected to the message. It speaks directly to individuals who may feel exhausted from constant stress, unpaid bills, disappointments, and setbacks in life. Instead of simply talking about money, the script focuses on the emotional pain behind financial struggle, the sleepless nights, the silent anxiety, the feeling of being left behind while others succeed, and the fear that life may never improve. This emotional connection makes the audience feel like the message was created specifically for them. What makes the script powerful is the way it transforms hopelessness into belief. It repeatedly reminds the listener that they are not forgotten, unlucky, or destined to struggle forever. The audience is described as chosen, which creates a sense of importance and destiny. This word alone gives emotional strength to the listener because it suggests that their pain had a purpose and that a major breakthrough is approaching. The script builds anticipation by suggesting that something life-changing is about to happen, a financial opportunity, unexpected blessing, or major shift that will completely change their situation. The language used throughout the script is cinematic, emotional, and highly persuasive. It creates the feeling that the listener is standing on the edge of transformation. The audience is encouraged to see themselves differently, not as victims of struggle, but as future success stories. The script constantly reinforces ideas of abundance, confidence, freedom, and elevation, helping people imagine a life where they no longer live in fear or survival mode. This emotional visualization is what keeps the listener engaged and inspired. Another reason the message is impactful is because it gives hope without sounding unrealistic. It acknowledges the pain people have faced while also convincing them that their current situation is temporary. The script creates a journey from struggle to success, from scarcity to overflow, and from doubt to confidence. By doing this, it motivates the audience to keep believing in themselves and not give up right before their breakthrough arrives. Overall, the script works as both a motivational speech and an emotional reassurance that better days, financial success, and personal transformation are finally coming. That creates a strong emotional connection with the audience by focusing deeply on real-life struggles that many people experience but rarely talk about openly. It speaks about pain, sacrifice, rejection, stress, and sleepless nights in a way that feels personal and relatable. Instead of starting with success or motivation immediately, the script first acknowledges the emotional burden people carry every day. It talks about the moments when someone feels mentally exhausted, financially trapped, and emotionally drained from constantly fighting battles alone. This approach makes the audience feel understood because the script reflects emotions they may have hidden from others for a long time. One of the most powerful elements is how the script describes silent struggles. It mentions smiling in front of people while secretly dealing with anxiety, fear, and uncertainty. Many people connect deeply with this because they often pretend everything is fine while privately worrying about bills, responsibilities, and their future. By bringing attention to these hidden emotions, the script creates trust with the listener. It feels less like a speech and more like someone truly understands what they are going through. The script also emphasizes sacrifice and endurance. It reminds the audience of the hard work they have done, the opportunities they missed, the sleepless nights they survived, and the times they wanted to give up but kept going anyway. This makes the listener feel emotionally validated. Their pain is not ignored or minimized. Instead, it becomes part of the reason why they deserve future success. The struggles are presented as preparation rather than punishment, which completely changes the emotional tone of the message. After building this emotional depth, the script slowly introduces the idea of incoming abundance, financial breakthroughs, and life-changing opportunities. This transition is powerful because it gives hope after acknowledging suffering. The audience begins to feel that their difficult season is finally ending and that success is no longer impossible. The script creates excitement by suggesting that a major shift is near, making listeners emotionally invested in the message. By connecting pain with future success, the script inspires people to continue believing in themselves. It transforms feelings of hopelessness into motivation and makes the audience feel that their sacrifices were not meaningless. This emotional storytelling is what gives the script its strong impact and keeps the listener engaged from beginning to end. The core theme of the is personal transformation, especially the journey from a life filled with struggle, fear, and limitation into a life of confidence, abundance, peace, and financial freedom. Throughout the script, the audience is reminded that they are not meant to remain stuck in survival mode forever. It focuses on the emotional and mental shift that happens before external success appears, showing that true transformation begins from within. The script speaks to people who have spent years worrying about money, doubting their worth, and feeling trapped in a cycle of stress and disappointment. It acknowledges the heavy emotional weight of constantly surviving rather than truly living. At the beginning, the listener is positioned as someone who has been operating from scarcity for a long time. Survival mode is described through feelings of anxiety, exhaustion, financial pressure, and emotional isolation. The audience is reminded of moments when they had to overthink every expense, fear unexpected bills, and carry responsibilities without support. This creates a realistic image of a person who has been emotionally drained by life's challenges. The script highlights how living in scarcity not only affects finances, but also damages confidence, self-belief, and peace of mind. As the message develops, the tone begins to shift toward hope and empowerment. The script introduces the idea that the difficult season was not permanent, but part of a preparation process. This is where the transformation begins. Instead of seeing themselves as victims of bad luck or failure, the audience is encouraged to view themselves as strong individuals who survived difficult experiences for a reason. The script gradually replaces fear with belief, weakness with strength, and doubt with confidence. The idea of abundance is presented as more than just money. Wealth becomes symbolic of freedom, peace, stability, and emotional relief. The audience is encouraged to imagine a life where they no longer wake up stressed about finances or feel limited by fear. Financial freedom in the script represents the ability to live with confidence, help loved ones, and enjoy life without constant pressure. This emotional vision of success makes the transformation feel meaningful and deeply personal. By the end, the listener is no longer portrayed as someone struggling to survive, but as someone stepping into a new identity. The script reinforces the idea that they are becoming stronger, wiser, and more aligned with success. This journey from scarcity to abundance becomes the emotional heart of the entire message, making the audience feel inspired, hopeful, and ready to believe in a better future. The script uses highly emotional and cinematic language to keep the audience emotionally engaged while creating a strong sense of hope, suspense, and anticipation. Every sentence is written in a dramatic and powerful style that makes the listener feel like they are part of something important and life-changing. Instead of using simple motivational phrases, the script creates vivid emotional imagery that pulls the audience into the experience. The listener is made to feel as though they are standing at the edge of a major breakthrough, waiting for their entire life to change at any moment. One of the most effective aspects of the script is the way it builds suspense. The language constantly hints that something big is approaching without revealing exactly how or when it will happen. Phrases about unexpected blessings, incoming abundance, sudden opportunities, and major financial shifts create excitement and curiosity. This keeps the audience emotionally invested because they begin imagining their own future success while listening. The script repeatedly suggests that the listener's struggles are about to end and that their breakthrough is closer than they realize. This creates a feeling of anticipation similar to a cinematic movie scene where the main character is finally about to rise after enduring hardship. The emotional tone of the also plays a major role in making it impactful. It speaks directly to feelings of loneliness, exhaustion, rejection, and silent suffering in a very dramatic and heartfelt way. By describing sleepless nights, emotional pain, and years of struggle, the script creates a deep emotional atmosphere before shifting toward hope and success. This emotional contrast makes the message more powerful because the audience experiences both the pain of the past and the excitement of a better future. The cinematic style is further strengthened by the use of strong affirmations and visionary language. The listener is told they are chosen, that their season is changing, and that something massive is shifting in their favor. These phrases sound larger than life and make the audience feel special, important, and destined for greatness. The script turns an ordinary motivational message into an emotional experience that feels dramatic, inspiring, and unforgettable. By combining emotional storytelling with suspenseful and uplifting language, the script successfully creates belief in the audience. It makes people feel that a life-changing financial opportunity is not just possible, but very close. This sense of hope and expectation is what gives the script its powerful emotional impact and keeps listeners fully connected until the very end.